Yes, so,
And of course, an aspiring politician in the making.
wow, that's really great, sir. That's really great. And before starting with the interaction, let me just tell you something in short about the show. Beyond education, it runs with the tagline inspiring stories to inspire the world. Until now, we have crossed more than 100 episodes, more than 100 sessions in which the educators, entrepreneurs, and many other people from different professions have participated in this show. We have got the speakers from different parts of the world. So today, yes, as
Mhm.
you were telling about yeah, you are a teaching professional at the Ministry of Education and mental health advocate and psychological support, chairman of the Association for the Persons with Mental Disabilities from Gambia. So, my dear viewers, we are having, once again, let me tell you, we are having a very special guest, Madhu Lamingay from Gambia. Sir, I hope I'm audible, sir.
Okay, now, I would want you to repeat just what you've just said right now, if you
Uh,
didn't mind, Dr. Horace.
yes, sir. Actually, I was just
Yes.
introducing, and short, I just introduced you that I was
Yeah.
telling our viewers that we are having Madhu Lamin Gay from Gambia. He is a teaching professional at Ministry
Yeah.
of Education and Mental Health, advocate and psychological support,
Yeah.
and chairman of the
Yeah.
Association for the Persons with Mental Disabilities. So I was just introducing you. And sir,
Absolutely.
I would like to start with a small question for you. Sir, we would like to know more about you. Like now, you are working. You are an educator, and as I said, you are a aspiring politician also. But how we would just like to know
Yeah.
something about your background, from which place you belong, and how were you? What were your aspirations when you were a student?
The line is not very much clear, but the little that I can hear from you, that is the introduction, a little bit introduction about myself, and of course, how am I able to relinquish this? Modu as a teacher in a profession, major in English language and of course visual arts. Of course, has been Modu has been somebody who have been definitely, aspiring and devoting his life in the service of humanity and in the service of volunteerism. Before we serve as a mental health advocate, we were one time a Red Cross volunteer. We served the Gambia Red Cross Society for nearly 25 years. being volunteer, being area coordinator in the Red Cross Society. So of course we've served various disciplines in as long as the Gambia Red Cross is concerned. Right from there, we spread our wings to do more of advocacy. I was part of the team that formed the Association for Mentally Disabled Gambia, which is AMDG, being very much productive and helpful to the person living with mental disabilities. Right from there, of course, while I was doing that, a couple of with my trainings, with my studies, studying English language, of course, and visual arts to make sure that I widen my scope. And of course, in the profession I am, until right now, I am teaching at the senior secondary school, English language and visual arts as well. Yes, doctor.
Yes, sir. That's really great to know
Yeah,
about.
I would definitely love anything that I left behind. You bring it back, please.
Great. So, nextly, I would like to know, like, you are working for, you're the chairman of the Association of Persons with Mental Disabilities. So, can you tell some of your activities that you have undertaken through this?
Come again? Some of my activities.
You're chairman of the Association for Persons with Mental Disabilities. So, some of your activities done by this association.
Mhm. Yes, of course, there are a series of activities that, of course, my association is doing. Just of a recent, was it yesterday? We visited the psychiatric hospital, the Gambia National Psychiatric Hospital, called the Tanka Tanka. We went there as part of our yearly activity plan. That every 3 months we go there and then of course donate them with some materials, some used materials, clothes, shoes and the like, and of course some cash. So this is something that we do almost quarterly. We go there, we mobilize, look for fun, and go there, try to see how best we can help. Yes, that is one. The other thing also that we also do weeks training on the basic mental health, basic mental health skills and advocacy, basic mental health and advocacy skills and psychosocial support, which have just ended. We just ended a week ago, which was definitely very productive because we wanted to equip our members with mental health skills and, of course, psychosocial support methodologies to see that they can definitely stand better to actually train our people to spread our wing in as long as the four corners of the country is concerned. Yeah. So another thing that we are also doing is a radio talk show, and of course TV and radio talk show, where we have different radio stations that we also mount to make sure that we disseminate the idea, we educate people about what mental health is about, we advocate, we of course send a message, and we have seen through this advocacy and psychosocial support that we have been doing, it has definitely gone a long way in making, very positive change to the community, to different community, and as long as the four corners of the country is concerned. Yeah. So far, those are the very activities that we have covered and undergoing as well. The radio and the TV, those ones are ongoing programs. The support that we always do to the psychiatric hospital, that one is also every 3 months or every 4 months. And sensitization as well is undergoing, because by next week, 27, we are beginning another sensitization, regional, that will be a regional level. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great to know about the different kind of works you have been doing, and your work is having a positive impact on the society. That's more important. My next question to you is like, why did you choose to work for the people with mental disabilities? What was the reason behind this?
Actually, this is I mean I was inspired by giving services without any return. 25 years now. And all that we have been doing is voluntarism. And along the line, we realized that the mentally ill people have not been catered very well, have not been definitely properly looked at. So this was one of the things that why we came together and say, why not we create a sort of organization, a sort of association that will advocate for the rights of persons with a mental disability. And, that had definitely yielded the organization called AMDG. When that happened, we have seen a lot of we have done impact that we have done in communities. I mean, to workplaces, a lot of different institutions. At the end, you see that it more worth than even person with mental disability than even than to person without. And this has definitely brought to my mind that who are we without them, and who are they without us? You understand? Because there is no mental health without no health without mental health. You know. So definitely, the reason why we are sitting down enjoying is because we are able to see ourselves in a different environment. We are able to see ourselves in a different social interaction or social connections. So this help a lot. So the reason why I definitely joined or even prefer to work for the person with mentally disability is to make sure that those people who have not been catered to be really catered for. I guess I answered your questions clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, your voice was it was breaking, so I just couldn't realize that you finished the answer. Okay, so that's really great that you decided to work for the people, and especially you realized that we need to support the people with mental disabilities. So that's really a very great thing that you have been doing. And the next question that I would like to ask is nowadays the problems of mental health is growing more among the youth. So, what is the reason for the increase in the problems related to mental health? What is the reason why more and more people are undergoing the problem of mental health? Is there
Um, uh, Actually, the network is not very good. But if I can get you, you're asking what is the reason why we have more people?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yes,
why
sir.
the number is increasing?
Yes, sir.
I think that is your question. One of the things that definitely causing the number increasing very high is drug abuse. Drug has definitely is definitely taking or moving our youth to a very serious stage. Because if you go to today, you go to the Tanka Psychiatric Hospital. I mean, 75% of those admitted there are all youths. And if you look at it, the number admitted there is huge. I mean, and most of them, what brought them there is drug. You understand? That's number one. Number two is stress. Stress is also something that is very, very serious in terms of uh, the well-being of the person. Because too much of stress that we endure every day. If it is not definitely reduced, or the person is not cancelled, it might lead to mentally sick. At the end of the day, these are some of the key areas that are definitely making the number very, very high.
Yes, of course. So those are some of the reasons why the cases of mental health are increasing everywhere, even across the globe, we can say. Sir, when
Yeah.
you're working with persons with mental disabilities, so any kind of problems or any kind of challenges that you have faced while working with these people?
Yeah, of course, yes. We face a lot of challenges while working with these people. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is not a challenge. At the end of the day, it is some of the things are not even challenges. Maybe perhaps sometimes we have financial constraints that can be a bigger challenge. But at times also the interaction that we have, I mean, among ourselves, it is normal because you are you are you are better. You are better than the one admitted at the psychiatric hospital. So obviously you are expected to behave. You are expected to mold yourself to a better position to be able to deal with them. I mean, constructively and objectively. At the end of the day, some of those things are not even obstacles. Maybe one of the greatest obstacles might be financial constraint, because sometimes you have to transport from one place to another. Sometimes you can be at workplace. You are called to the other part of the country. You have to go there and make sure that the patient is collected and transported to the psychiatrist. And sometimes also one of the other things that we also face is that we realize that some of our patients, some of those mentally disabled persons on the streets, they have no home. Some of them are foreigners. Some of them you don't even know where they are, where they come from. So at the end of the day, and it is also important before admitting the individual, you know where the person come from. You know, at least you have a background of the person himself. But it is always sad when you go around, you see people whom you never know where they come from. Some of them are foreigners. Some of them, although they are Gambian, but you don't even know where they come from. Those things are strange. At the end of the day, we also have a problem of transportation, as I said, like to have an ambulance, a particular ambulance that is owned by our organization. We don't have it. So all that we do, collectively we come together, and then from our pockets, we're able to facilitate some of those activities.
Yes, sir, of course. That's just really a great thing that you just said, and how you're facing the problems and how you are trying to overcome it. That is really a great thing that you have been doing. And sir, nextly, I would like to know, because you are an educator. So, how do you think being an educator, you can help your students to deal with the mental health problems? I hope I'm audible, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Are you able to hear me? Did you hear my next question?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Okay. Shall I repeat the question?
Yeah, can you hear me, doctor?
Yes, sir. Now we are audible. Sir, what I was asking is, as an educator, how can you help your students to deal with the problems of mental health?
Yeah, thank you so very much, doctor. I mean, this is something that I am very much happy to respond to. As I'm talking to you, I'm just from school. Because of this event, I have to leave school as early as 2:30 to make sure that I make up the appointment. But just to tell you, this is something that is part of me. Most of the time, or even let me just come down. I mean, as far as I am concerned, at school they understand my status. They understand that I'm an advocate, I'm a mental health advocate. So at the end of the day, any issue that happens, or anybody who suffer from mental health issues, normally the person is taken to my office, and most of these issues are directed are under my directive. So what we do, we have our team. We have our trained team, and this team is only responsible to give the first aid, the mental health first aid, and most of the time when we apply this mental health first aid, definitely we are at ease. Our casualties, most of the casualty we had or we do have at school are never beyond our control. We thank God that almost 90% of all the cases we have at school, we are under control. Yeah, yeah. Because why were they under control? One, if you look at the causes, I have just mentioned that sometimes you have stress. Some of the students they have family stress. They have family stress, and coupled with that, if a particular child comes home or comes home, you come to school from home without mentally without mentally who is teach you should understand, because if not, you are not going to have a perfect lesson. At the end of the day, you can be in the class teaching, while some of the students who are in the class, they are physically present, but mentally they are outside. Because why? You have a stress from home, and now you are at school. Who is to take care of it? If the teacher is not definitely very much aware of what happened, or of what mental health is about, the teacher might not know. But this is why I make sure that first thing when we resume from school, all teachers are given a basic mental health awareness, a skill, so that when students come in, they can able to spot them out, and all of those ones who are spotted out will be taken to my office, and I will consult them. After consulting them, I will see exactly where the problem is and what else to be done. And that we have. Sorry, the connection is not very much conducive. Most of those students, when they are brought to my office, obviously I will see very, very, very productive results. At the end of the day, I will see ways to sort things out. And sometimes when it needs to call their parents, I do, because sometimes there are stages that you ask them. When you cancel them, at times they will tell you. Some of them will tell you, "Why not call my uncle? Why not call my auntie? Why not call my stepdad?" Because most of what is happening, some of those things happening at school happen as a result of the kind of parents that they are living. So obviously, this is why I want to send this message that always, when we are giving our children for schooling, let us look at the type of people that we are giving them. Let us look at the type of parents that we are surrendering our children. At times, you give your child to a particular parent who will end up changing the attitude or the concept of that particular child, who will at the end of the day make it that productive child a failure. At the end of the day, who is to blame? Is the guidance, and this is what is happening. What do? We cancel them. After canceling them, we normally get them, eased. Most of them, when you cancel them, you get them right. They will get back to class, and then things are controlled. At times, you see, yes, there are epilepsies, schizophrenias, and all these things happen at school, and we have special treatment, like this facet treatment that we give them. At the end of the day, they cool down.
That's amazing, sir.
Yeah.
As an educator, yes, sir. So as an educator, you have been doing a great job coordinating with the students, coordinating with the parents, and helping them to deal with this problem. Sir, I'm audible.
Can you come, please? Can you come back, please?
Yeah, yeah. I will just say it. So when you're doing this, when you're working for mental disabilities or mental health, well, certainly you should be having some people who are there to
Mhm.
support you, or there must be person who are your mentors. So who are those people, your mentors and the people who support you always?
Who helped me? Are you talking about people who helped me, or are you talking
Yes, people who help you or the people who are your mentors, uh,
meetings,
mentors and the people who help you, you can say.
network?
Yes.
Students, those that also volunteers or who were trained the basic first aid skills and how to tackle some of these issues. Yeah, in my school, that is what is happening there. But when you go to the, if you go to the community, in my organization, in AMDG, we have a full-fledged team that we're trained to do the service.
Okay, sir. And Nikki, I would like to know, like, any of your future goals that you must have set for you?
Okay.
Sir, you are not audible.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah. Sir, nextly, I will like to know some of your future goals.
Yes, some of our future goals would be at least to have our own ambulance so that we can mobile easily to the four corners of the country to access to persons with mentally disabled, without challenges. That's one. The other thing can be also, that is our one of our future objective, is to make sure we spread to the four corners of the country. We spread and have our headquarters and regional, so that we are able to tackle mental health uh, to the grassroots level of this country. And of course, to have our members fully equipped with mental health and psychosocial support knowledge, so that they can operate without any challenges. Objective is to make sure we have in every schools we have mental health representatives and psychosocial support, not only in every school, but all the hospitals as well, to have our representative to make sure that mental health is definitely is. These are some of our future objectives, Doctor.
So that's really great. And the kind of vision that you have for working with your organization. And
Yeah.
nextly, just because you have been working for mental health, and as you know, the problem of mental health is increasing. So can you just
Mhm.
give few tips for the people to overcome this mental health, or in fact, not just overcome, to avoid getting into the problem of mental illness or mental disorders? Some tips from your side.
Whether if I can't,
I want, sir, can you just give few tips to the people to avoid the problem of mental health?
of course, yes. One of the things that that I can always tell people, and that I am on the TV or at the radio. I always emphasize this. That is the drugs that we are using. Let us avoid these heavy drugs that we are using, particularly young boys are used, and of course, if you're not strong. So, you the drugs. Obviously, and the other thing is
Your voice, I think you lost connection, sir. So can you just repeat?
yes, can you, yeah, one of the things that I always tell them, and I always tell them, is presently we have a problem in our country. We have these new drugs that are coming to the country, and youth are overusing it. They are abusing young boys abusing these drugs. You know, so one of the things we always advocate to them is to avoid misusing drugs, and of course to be much particular. You may not be very prone, and you are moving with your friend. Of course, at the end of the day, to that, at the end of the day, it can lead you.
So your voice is breaking.
I always tell people that is the stress. The connection is a problem. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh, uh, can you hear me?
yes, sir.
Yes. The other thing that we always emphasize, and I always put this across, is the type of the friends that we have. Sometimes you pass in the day because I cannot be your friend, and at the end of the day, I am putting you into what is going to tarnish your image and what is going to um, your, your growth and what to kill you. So obviously, people are much careful with the persons with the people that they move with, or their peers, their peers. Yes, ma.
Yes, sir. So that was really great to know about you and your work. And I must say, you have been doing a wonderful work. You are actually making lives better for many people around you. So thank you very much, sir, for joining with us and sharing your experiences with us. Thank you. And also, of course, I would like to extend my gratitude to the founder of IDYM Group of Companies, Ravi Shankar sir, and the CEO, Daniel Lasmi and Zenith Ma'am, and everyone involved, directly or indirectly involved with this show. Thank you once again, sir, for joining with us.
Uh, the big thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.